What is up, dudes, dudettes, and all the beautiful people of the interwebs? Bloodieknux here, aka the Gothic Gamer, the Mad Dragon of LV1 Gaming, here with a special first impressions for a game that is launching as of today in early access. Before we get started, I do want to thank and shout out our friends over at PM Studios for sending us a key to let me give you an idea on here it is. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it is the new dark fantasy Metroidvania roguelite RPG that they just launched called Dragon is Dead. And I gotta say, my time with Dragon is Dead was a very unique one because of the fact that it had a lot of systems that felt very familiar with a very unique art style and a combination of genres that I really loved. And just kind of thinking about it is that, one, the game very much lives up to the fact that it's a roguelite, and I love that. You know, that for those who don't know, I am a massive roguelike fiend. I was like, it's probably one of my guiltiest pleasures when it comes to genres, especially from the indie scene and things like that. And this is one that definitely stands out because, one, I love the dark gothic fantasy kind of world, and the art style is really well done. The creature designs are really well done. But the thing that makes it feel very natural is that it very much lays heavily into its Metroidvania playstyle, being a side-scroller platformer of sorts here, but also with the fact that it very heavily jumps into the RPG feel, because the fact that with it being roguelike, your character, when you die, levels reset. It feels, you know, kind of what you would expect, but it allows you a lot of time to really play with the skills that the character has. And you don't just have one character, you actually have two. There's the Spellblade, who tends to be more magic based, and then you have your Berserker being more physical attack, you know, focused here, more your tanky kind of go in there, big attack, big health, big everything, a little bit less finesse, right, as I like to put it. But the game really plays really well. I was like, and it's also very hard. I was surprised at how hard the game kind of was at some points, especially early on in the game. Like, I was playing it for quite a bit here, although I was kind of also like in and out of it, right? But I was really enjoying my time with it, though it was actually very hard. The enemies can hit you pretty badly from some pretty bad instances, and a lot of them will jump you. I'll say that one of the things I do like is that there's no contact damage, so if you run through an enemy, it's not necessarily gonna hurt, but you can definitely end up jumping into a way of attack that you don't see coming from pretty far away. But yeah, the game feels really well done for what it is. The story is interesting, with everything trying to stop the last dragon and everything else. And for it being so early in access, I was actually really enjoying my time with it. There wasn't a lot that I found to be too much of an issue. And do you think that with the skill trees as it is, if they add other classes along with, you know, the map that they showed off in the beginning looks pretty huge. I was like, and the areas are about 2-3 stages each, right, for small areas. But I mean, if they were to add and expand that, who knows what this game could do here. Like, I really like that the characters also felt very distinct. Like, the classes felt distinct. The little tidbits and lore as you were going through felt cool. The side characters that you meet, the vendors, are all very interesting, and especially for the layout of how the game presents itself with its UI, it's very reminiscent of Diablo or Path of Exile. I was like, you have your dedicated orb for health, you have one for your resources, whether you're playing the mana for the Spellblade or Rage if you're the Berserker, or Madness really, and being able to use that towards your abilities. You have a small hotbar for the different inputs for where you'll be using your abilities. And overall, it was just like, yeah, it was very well presented. It was very I'm not gonna say bare bones. That seems like a major disservice. Is that it just felt really good for what it was trying to do here and the way that it presents itself. And it took a lot of aesthetic and design choices from a lot of games genres that we already know here, and mix them up together to be really well done. And I love that. I love seeing now more blend of genres and being able to do something in its own. And I think especially within the roguelite genre, there's so many different ways that genre can blend with many others. I mean, this game is just dope. I was like, I enjoyed my time with it, and it's definitely well worth your time. If you haven't checked it out, definitely make sure you do. It's well worth it, especially for all my Metroidvania fans out there. It's definitely something that'll strike up your alley. I know that roguelites may not necessarily be your thing, but it does have a lot of freedom and flexibility for you to try different things, from the equipment that persists, as well as all the synergies from different artifacts and stuff that you find throughout the game. So definitely give it a chance. I gotta say, Dragon is Dead is definitely well worth the time investment to give it a chance here, to definitely check it out. It does, like I said, launch today in early access. It's just one of those games that really is awesome to play and get a little hands-on with it, especially for those fans who are both roguelites and Metroidvanias. Make sure you go and check it out and have a little bit of fun with it if you haven't had the chance. And again, I do want to thank our friends over at PM Studios for letting us check out the game here early to be able to provide this little impressions preview, and make sure y'all stick around, because you know that we'll cover the game once it gets closer to its full launch and throughout the development. So make sure y'all check that out here, and if you haven't already, make sure you look at all the links down below where you can keep up with the rest of our team, as well as you can find all my personal links. So if you want to see me and all the stupid shenanigans that I do, you can find me streaming 5 times a week over on all the platforms such as Twitch and all that, and you can find that down below, as well as all the links to all my socials. So again, we want to thank the team over there for showing us all the love, and if you guys haven't already, remember, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button here to keep supporting the team, and remember that you can always get your start here at level 1. Till next time, guys, we'll see you then. Peace out, and check you later.